Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Casey. Today, we're continuing Brand Spotlight, my mini-series where we look at fashion brands through a bigger lens. Not just what they sell, but where they came from, what they believed in, what made them stand out, and why some brands stay powerful for decades while others lose their edge. Since our first feature on this mini-series was on Uniqlo, I wanted to look at a brand that feels very different, but just as recognizable in the way people build their wardrobes today. While scrolling through outfit inspiration, fashion hauls, and styling videos online, one name kept coming up over and over again: Aritzia. And the more I saw it, the more I felt like it was worth looking into more closely, because this is one of those brands that seems to have moved beyond being just popular. It feels established, influential, and very clear about the kind of woman it wants to dress. What makes Aritzia interesting is that it does not frame itself like a typical retailer. On its own site, Aritzia describes itself as a design house and the home of an extensive portfolio of exclusive brands built around what it calls everyday luxury. That already tells you a lot about how the company sees itself. It is not only trying to sell pieces, it is trying to sell a whole wardrobe world, one that feels polished, wearable, and slightly elevated from ordinary basics. And I think that is a big part of why the brand stands out. Aritzia does not rely on one single label to carry its identity. Instead, it built a whole system under one roof. You have Babaton, Wilfred, Sunday Best, TNA, Denim Forum, and other in-house names, each with a slightly different mood, but all still tied to the same overall visual language. That structure gives the brand more range without making it feel scattered. A shopper can move from tailored trousers to casual basics to softer dresses, and it still feels like it belongs to the same universe. That is where Aritzia becomes more than just a store. It starts to feel like a controlled fashion environment. And that matters, because a lot of successful brands are not only good at designing clothes, they are good at helping customers imagine a better version of their wardrobe. Aritzia seems to understand that really well. The pieces often sit in that sweet spot between trend and timelessness. They are modern enough to feel current, but clean enough that they do not look dated too quickly. That balance is hard to get right, and it is probably one of the reasons the brand keeps showing up in content creator wardrobes and styling videos. Another thing that makes Aritzia easy to recognize is its focus on silhouette. On its international site, the company says it obsesses over proportion, fit, and that just right silhouette to create essentials people reach for again and again. That wording is important because it explains the emotional appeal of the brand. Aritzia is not only selling the idea of dressing well, it is selling the feeling of looking more put together, more intentional, and more refined in everyday life. And once a brand becomes associated with that kind of feeling, it becomes easier for customers to keep returning to it. You are no longer just buying a pair of pants or a knit top. You are buying into a specific outcome. You want the outfit to look balanced, you want the coat to fall right, you want the trousers to feel polished without looking stiff. Aritzia built a reputation around that kind of controlled ease, and that reputation has become part of the product itself. The business growth behind the brand also helps explain why Aritzia feels so visible now. In its fiscal 2025 annual report, the company reported 2.74 billion Canadian dollars in net revenue, with US net revenue reaching 1.58 billion Canadian dollars, up strongly from the prior year. The report also said Aritzia opened 12 new boutiques and completed 3 boutique repositions in fiscal 2025, which shows that this was not just digital buzz. The company was expanding physically too, and that US growth has been especially important. In Aritzia's official third quarter fiscal 2026 results, released on January 8, 2026, The company reported that net revenue increased 42.8% year over year to 1.04 billion Canadian dollars, while US net revenue increased 53.8% to 621.1 million Canadian dollars. In other words, the brand is not only culturally visible, it is scaling in a very real way, especially in the American market, which has become a major driver of its momentum. That growth story matters because it shows that Aritzia's appeal is not limited to one region or one short cycle of hype. It is building reach through boutiques, e-commerce, and brand awareness at the same time. That is usually a sign that it has moved into a stronger category. It is no longer just liked, it is becoming embedded in how people shop. I also think Aritzia benefits from having hero pieces that carry the brand identity clearly. Even if someone does not know every in-house label, they probably recognize the overall look. Fluid trousers, structured outerwear, sculpted basics, matching sets, fitted knits, sleek dresses. The clothes often read as polished before the styling is even finished. That makes them especially attractive in fashion content because they already give the impression of an outfit that has been thought through. And that leads to the petite angle, which I would mention carefully rather than making it the main thesis. I would not position Aritzia as a petite specialist brand because that is not really how the company presents itself. But I do think it resonates with many women on smaller frames for a simple reason. When a brand pays close attention to proportion, line, and silhouette, that naturally becomes more appealing to shoppers who notice fit details quickly. For petites, clothes can go wrong fast when the cut is too long, too bulky, or too visually heavy. Aritzia's design language, at its best, often feels cleaner and more controlled than that. That does not mean every piece works perfectly on every petite frame. It just means the brand's priorities often align with what petites tend to care about. So when people ask why Aritzia feels so dominant now, I do not think the answer is just that it makes nice clothes. A lot of brands make nice clothes. Aritzia built a full visual language around everyday polish, then backed it with strong in-house labels, a clear silhouette-driven identity, major US expansion, and a shopping experience that makes customers feel like they are buying into a better version of their wardrobe, not just another item. Its own brand positioning around everyday luxury, along with its recent growth figures, supports that idea. And maybe that is the simplest explanation. Aritzia made itself easy to return to, easy to recognize, easy to style, and easy to imagine as part of everyday life. That kind of connection usually matters more than hype. If there's another brand you want me to feature next in this series, let me know below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.